The Johnsky is a YouTube channel run by and run for people over the age of 13. People under the age of 13 should click off of this video right now, or watch with a parent or guardian. Viewer discretion is advised.
You don't scare me!
Militus freaking today, militiamen. My name is King Prime, and welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new, well, not really brand new, but new-ish, new to us who in the collectors community have been having a hard time getting a hold of this figure. A new army builder that has been long awaited by a lot of collectors for a very long time. The Star Wars The Vintage Collection 501st Clone Trooper, or Clone Trooper 501st Legion. Just taking a quick look at the packaging. I actually have an on-card example of this. How long he'll stay on card, I don't know. Probably not a long time, but he's here now. He has a screenshot, and I believe this is from the finale of the Clone Wars Season 7, or the series finale of Star Wars Clone Wars. It's a very nice, saturated blue photo to go with the rest of the blue aesthetic of the rest of this card. You have the very nice red Star Wars The Clone Wars trades that we had with figures such as Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Anakin, and then Ahsoka again, and then Maul, and now this guy. So, very nice, but like I said, it's just, you know, in every review, these are just normal, run-of-the-mill, vintage collection, Kenner-style card backs where you have the Clone Wars trades, the Star Wars trades, the Kenner trades. You have figures that you could get also. I had, don't have, don't have, now have quite a few. Have, and have. Then you have legal jargon down here, and that's basically it for the card. There's nothing really exciting about this, other than if you're a sealed collector, you have a nice card, but that's it. Freeze frame.
Craziest villain I ever fought was a Sith Lord named Count Dooku.
Whoa, Anakin, that's intense. Craziest villain I ever fought was like the Sandman, but you know, there's a fucking Sandman?
Freeze frame, unfreeze. Now this figure, I will say, quite excellent. I really like the skinny clone design, which is the same clone design that we got on the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Captain Fordo, or the ARC Trooper Commander, back in 2011. This is a official but also customized version. This is a custom helmet from Just for Kicks Customs, who is a very awesome seller of custom clone parts on Instagram. This is the same exact body. I think this is the second time it appeared, but the first time was with the Phase 1 clones, which are everywhere. We're getting a new 4-pack of them. It's awesome. But this is where it's mainly known from. The Fordo clone is widely regarded as the best clone figure we've ever gotten, and we have been getting a lot more Star Wars figures based on that mold, including this 501st Trooper. Now, just taking a quick look at him, we have some excellent scarring and wear and tear on his armor. You can see some scratches here up and down. This is the same 501st pattern that we see on every single Phase 2 clone in Revenge of the Sith and in the Clone Wars. I have a custom figure that I made that has the same exact pattern, who's a Stormtrooper after Order 66. They have some nice, like I said, this is really nice detailing. The blue is a little dark for my liking. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm just used to the Clone Wars 501st, where the blue's a little brighter, which isn't bad. You have the 2 pinstripes going all the way down his armor, and then for some reason, on every single clone, we have this nice sculpted undersuit detail on his ankle, and this, as far as I'm aware, does not exist on actual clone troopers. This armor on the calf just continues down into the foot, and that's it. But, like I said on Fordo, who is the basis for this clone, he has the detail painted in black for the undersuit, which is interesting. And then, if you just go back and pause it, you'll see that Fordo's feet aren't painted, but yet the soles of this clone's are dirty because he's been walking around and stuff. But other than that, it's a pretty basic figure. This figure also comes with a DC-15A. I believe it's a DC-15A. If not, I will put the actual name right there. Yes. And then he also comes with, and I'll bring another example of this figure in, because I have a few of them. He also has the DC-15C, or whichever one this is. Yeah, I just call them all DC-15s because that's what they are. There's no good like detailing on this. The Phase 1 Vintage Collection clones with the skinny legs. You have the rifle with a nice attachment here, which is the under barrel, kind of where they grab it. I would say it's a grenade or a flashlight because of real-world tactics, but in Star Wars, this has a actual purpose, and I'm not sure of. But it's picked out in silver, and some other parts are picked out in different colors on that figure as well. But on this one, you just get two black weapons, which isn't bad by any means. I actually kind of prefer it so that they're more interchangeable and, you know, uniform. But this isn't bad at all. And, you know, you have 2 trigger fingers on either hand, which is very nice that these weapons can go into, and it holds very well. No looseness. This weapon isn't made of that bad soft plastic that we get with some other figures that you'll be seeing reviews of in the near future. This is actually very nice, and I like it a lot. So also, real quick, while we have this zoomed in angle, let me show you some articulation. First, I will show you the head sculpt, which is nice. It's not the greatest sculpt likeness to Tamora Morrison, but the face likeness, the details with the photo ID printing, looks very good. I think it's excellent. The articulation for the head is just an old style ball joint, which is the first one we've seen in a while. We have the hinges at the arms that have a little bit of a cutout in the armor so that his arm can go up just a little bit more without getting hindered. It has a full range of 360 degrees motion at the shoulder. You have a pretty decent elbow bend here at the elbow, as well as a up and down joint at the wrist on the left hand, and on the right hand, you have an in and out on the right hand. And so it can only go in like that, which is interesting to see. At the waist, you have a ab crunch, so he can get his reps in, or he can pelvic thrust, which is funny. He doesn't have any real waist articulation because of the belt, but he does have the old style hinge joints at the hips, mind the angle there. But these work a lot better because the hips aren't restricted by any armor, so it just goes up and rotate. It's the best example of the old hip joints that you can have is on these Clone Trooper figures. They're excellent. You have a bend at the knee there, which is a pretty decent, like, kind of meh 90-degree knee bend. Not bad, not bad by any means. And a very nice hinge at the ankle, which I wish this was picked out in black paint. It would look so much better because you can see the undersuit running all the way through except for there. That's just a little gripe, though. It's not actually a world-ending thing. It's just kind of disappointing. So let me pop this guy's cover back on, and let me do a freeze frame real quick and show you some figures compared to this one. So freeze frame.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello? Time to wake up, can you hear me? Wake up, Chrissy! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up!
Freeze frame unfreeze. Now for a size comparison, first let's bring in the Vintage Collection Arc Trooper Commander, also known as Captain Fordo. The very custom VC49 sculpt. So the skinny clone sculpt, but I actually customized this one myself and painted it up all nice. Captain Rex, Phase 2 from the Clone Wars Season 7. We have General Ahsoka Tano, who's in a pose there. As well as, let's see who I can grab real quick. Let's go with an old classic. General Kenobi, or, well, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's not a bad shot. I think that looks pretty good. Weird that the clones are super tall. Like, they tower over Kenobi and Ahsoka, which I find funny, but it doesn't really matter. I still think it's cool. Now let me move on to my final thoughts of the figure and get these figures out of here. So, freeze frame.
Then my friend is truly dead.
Freeze frame unfreeze. Now, overall, this figure is pretty good, all things considered. I have a few gripes with it, and there are just a few things that keep this figure really from being top-notch, I'd say, on the scale of Bo-Katan or on the scale of Death Watch Mandalorian from the Mandalorian show. This figure has an excellent vibe to it to be an army builder. If you want to get multiples of these figures, like I have a little tiny little squad of Phase 2 501st clones over there. It is perfectly suitable. However, there are just a few things that are holding this figure back from being excellent. Unlike the Vader review a couple reviews ago, which was my favorite figure that I've reviewed so far on this channel, it's missing some key features such as angle pivots and some detailing here on the undersuit, as well as hip joints, some improved shoulder joints, and some lighter paint would do on the 501st coloring, although I don't really think it's that bad. It's more accurate to Revenge of the Sith than to the Clone Wars, in my opinion. I think it's a very good figure overall, though, and I would highly recommend it if you're a fan of the 501st Legion, Anakin Skywalker, or the Clone Wars. To the everyday collector, though, if you really want to army build this and make this like the main focusing point of your army, I think there are better figures to focus on, such as the subject of future reviews, which will be the Super Commandos or any of Maul's Legion that is coming out, like the Super Commando Captain or the Mandalorian Loyalists. Those figures are primo top quality, while this one, while good, could be better in a few aspects. It doesn't make it horrible, though. That, my friends, is going to be it for the review. If you like the 501st, or if you like Clone Troopers or the Clone Wars, make sure you share this video around with all your Facebook groups, all your friends. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff down right there. And as always, my friends, peace.